All right, got the London broil done here. All right, so here is a London broil beef top round steak that I'll be cooking, and I want to marinate this for a few hours. You could marinate it overnight, but we'll marinate it 4 to 6 hours or so. And I'm just going to build that so that this will get good and flavorful and tender. And we're going to start out with, this is just some soy sauce, and so it's not overly salty. We got the low sodium and we got it right here, and I'm going to go ahead and put 3/4 of a cup of that in here. And then really we're just going to go through here and mix some stuff in here for the marinade. This is some locally honey, real good, right here from Shawnee, Oklahoma, if I can get the lid off of it. There we go. And this is, I mean, I like this because look, it just pours. And we're just going to pour a couple tablespoons. Just a little bit in there, look at that. Oh, don't that look good? That is some amazing honey right there. Just going to add a couple tablespoons of some apple cider vinegar. Tablespoon or two. A splash of some Worcestershire sauce. Then we've got some olive oil, but also if you have a regular, that's fine, but I got some garlic flavored. A couple tablespoons of that in there. And we're going to also go ahead and add some red wine vinegar. If you have balsamic vinegar or whatever, just what I found, I'm going to add to here. And we're going to add a little bit of brown sugar, which I have here. Just a couple of tablespoons of that for sweetness. And when I cook these, I will be cooking them on low for the majority of the time, and then we'll finally sear it so that don't burn. Try to keep that from burning, that's the only issue with that. And then we're going to go ahead and add just a little bit of other stuff. Just a little bit of peppercorns. How about some basil leaves? Sprinkle some in here. And if you have fresh, that'd work, but we got some dried cilantro, or cilantro. Put that in here. And just go ahead and get that mixed up real good. Put that London broil top round right in there. Then we're gonna pour.
We're gonna make that in there.
We're gonna make it. See? Perfect. Just like that.
Wait.
And there it is. Now what I want to do is try and remove a bunch of the air. And then seal it. We'll put it on a plate. In case there's any leakage at all. And there it is. We just put this in the fridge, and I will flip it after a couple hours, and we'll marinate this at least 4 hours. It should tenderize it, and should be good. So let's go ahead and put this in here. All right, this has been marinating now a lot longer than what I originally anticipated.
Why is that?
It just is. So let's go ahead. I actually fell asleep, but that's okay. This is actually going to be better the longer it marinates, and this is some
Oh yeah, it's like softer.
London broil. Oh, that is soft. Got some London broil. I did flip it once. Got it in that Ziploc. Let's go ahead and open it up.
Look at that. Ooh. Smells good.
Yeah, that's been, what would you say, 8 hours maybe?
It was in there for a long time.
Now we're just going to let this set to room temperature. I got the Pit Boss heating up. We'll let this set for 30 minutes, then we'll start cooking it up. Then I'm going to go ahead and put a temperature probe right in the center of this, like this right here. That way I'll be able to monitor the temperature because it's cold outside. It was like almost 70 degrees a few hours ago, and now I don't even know, it's like 30. So the temperature has gone mad. So we can monitor this with this little Weber, which is pretty cool. I'll plug this in here. That's actually the battery percentage. I'll plug this in here. It's 47 in there. I'm gonna let this get a little warmer and we'll put this in, but I can actually connect this. This is connected to Wi-Fi, and I can actually monitor it on my phone. Sometimes I'll use multiple ones or check the temperature in the grill. Not gonna do that today, but we're gonna want this to get to about 110 degrees when I put it on there, and then we're gonna go ahead and sear it after that and get it on up to about 130 or so. All right, so here we got it out there. Got the internal probe right there, which will monitor the temperature while it's cooking. I'm gonna open up the pit boss over here, and I'm just gonna bring this, and I wanna put it on the side where there's not any heat, or, well, there's heat, but not the direct heat. So we'll kind of indirect cook it for just a little bit. We'll close that up, and then when this thing gets to about 110 degrees, we're gonna go ahead and sear it. So we've been cooking at about 275 degrees or 285. The temperature showing inside is 108, which is pretty close to what we want. We'll give it just another degree, 2, and then we're gonna go ahead and sear it. Go ahead and move this over here, right over those flames. And you can use whatever searing method you want or have, but yeah, we're gonna put it right over the flames of the pit boss and crank the heat up. 500. We just want all fire. All right, got the London broil done here. Look at that, got that all seared up. Got it to about 133 degrees internal temperature. We're gonna go ahead and cut into it here and see how it looks inside. Let's go right down here. Put that right there. Let's go ahead and cut off another little piece. Nice little thin pieces like this. And just take a look at that right there. Well, how's that look?
Looks good.
All right, let's go ahead and try it out and see how it tastes. You can smell it.
Smells good.
Let me go ahead and give one a try. Got Dolores. What do you think?
It's good.
Is it tender? Wow. Definitely tender. Juicy. Good stuff right here. Little London broil. This is the top round London broil beef. Man. Good stuff right there. Found this at Winco. This was $9.
That looks good.
And we're gonna go ahead and make a salad. Have this. She's grabbing another piece. That is some good stuff right there.